paper reports that two of the male prostitutes were given a late-night tour of the White House last year.
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers!
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth!
Rapists and human traffickers use Pornhub to upload illegal videos. Pornhub doesn't care and does not intend to do the due diligence to fix these issues, quote, because it makes a lot of money and it would be counterintuitive to the business. Purposefully advertising to pedophiles and young teens, these tech platforms should not be acting like a pimp. Our findings call for the appropriate agency to launch a full criminal investigation into ALO.
We have Arden Young, who is a formidable journalist for Sound Investigations, who delved undercover into Pornhub's workings. Her groundbreaking exposés reveal the culpability of pornography websites and their facilitation of sexual exploitation. And before she speaks today, we are going to show a short excerpt of her Pornhub investigation.
This isn't something that the CLO is worried about.
Underage.
Well, not that vaguely, but like the specific issue of like people's driver's license or like their IDs that are telling us like who you are. Like, you're giving me your driver's license, it can be just your face. I don't know what your body looks like, right? And now on a video, I'm supposed to like assume that it's you or not you based on your body, but maybe you're not showing your face in the video, which is very common, right? It's adult content. A lot of people making thousands, they're never showing their face, but their ID is just their face. You can't ask somebody to upload your like head to toe naked ID. Like, you can't ask that. Like, legally, you can't ask that.
So the VP's okay with
the CLO is not, like, to him, it's not, I guess it's not a concern. Like, it's not something he's imposing on the CPO. We think it's fucking retarded, so we've brought it up to the CPO, we brought it up to the CLO, and they're both telling us it's all good. And the CPO is especially telling us, like, fuck off, it's all good. Like, stop.
So they know the risk.
Shut up. You know?
Sound Investigations was formed with the intention of exposing illegal activities of some of the largest companies in the world and see to it that they're held accountable. The online pornography industry is often overlooked, yet extremely profitable, estimated to be worth almost $100 billion globally. We decided to begin by investigating ALO, Pornhub's parent company, formerly known as MindGeek, because of a 2020 New York Times article called The Children of Pornhub, that detailed victims' struggles to get their abuse videos, many of which were underage, removed from the platform. We met with many ALO employees and recorded conversations on Undercover video over the course of a few months. Our investigations thus far have revealed that Pornhub does not properly verify age or consent of videos uploaded to their platform, or the age and consent in the pornographic ads that they run on their platform. Rapists and human traffickers use Pornhub to upload illegal videos. And we know this because a senior Pornhub employee of 11 years, the one you just saw, told me so. He said Pornhub doesn't care and does not intend to do the due diligence to fix these issues, quote, because it makes a lot of money and it would be counterintuitive to the business, end quote, to properly moderate the platform. This employee and multiple others detailed content moderation failures, the company not caring about victims, ignored takedown requests, accounts not being banned after underage videos are uploaded from them, purposefully advertising to pedophiles and young teens, and more. One content moderation employee told us they were directed to see if girls in videos were wearing makeup as a criteria to judge whether they were underage or not. The same employee said she would get calls from girls claiming they did not consent to being on the platform, saying, quote, "This is me, take that down." Needless to say, we have a lot of tapes full of these admissions from various ALO employees. We believe our findings call for the appropriate agency to launch a full criminal investigation into ALO. U.S. Code 2257 requires pornography producers to keep records of all performers' names and ages in order to verify all parties are 18 and over. U.S. Code 1470 prohibits the transfer of obscene materials to minors. We believe ALO has violated both and potentially more. 26 attorneys generals have signed a letter to ALO demanding changes from Pornhub after watching our videos, but they must follow through on holding them accountable. ALO has not issued a response to this letter, and instead are spending their time sending legal threats to my colleague and me for investigating them using completely legal methods. Lawmakers need to support legislation to protect children and adults online and hold big tech accountable for profiting off of exploitation. These tech platforms should not be acting like a pimp. It should be a safe place to be. Thank you.
That was Arden Young testifying to Congress about Pornhub knowingly using minors and child rape in the pornography that it made publicly accessible. And today, my guest is Arden Young. As a child actor in Hollywood, Arden was exposed to the predatory nature of that industry. And at a certain point, she decided to become an investigative journalist. Growing up, her father was a private investigator and lawyer, and he often included her in his investigations and showed her the ropes. Arden left Hollywood in her acting career in her early 20s after she learned about the Trafficking Hub campaign against Pornhub. With investigative journalism in her blood, she sought to further the campaign's efforts with a goal of getting employees to admit to continually using illegal activity. How you doing today?
Good. Thank you so much for having me.
You bet. You went undercover in 2023, and from what I understand, it was a series of articles about child pornography that were published in the New York Times that got you motivated?
Yeah, there was an op-ed piece written by Nicholas Kristof titled "The Children of Pornhub," and it detailed all these victim struggles to get their often underage abuse videos removed from Pornhub. And it was so disturbing. The article did spark a lot of awareness, but my partner and I at Sound Investigations were operating under the hypothesis that Pornhub had not changed its ways and had not begun properly content, moderating content on the platform. And so we decided to go undercover and speak with employees about that.
What amazes me about Pornhub is, or MindGeek, or ALO as it's called now, they have been busted with minors on multiple occasions, and they just keep rolling.
Yeah, minors and just trafficking non-consensual content in general. I mean, they actually were forced to admit to profiting off of sex trafficking material in a criminal case out of the Eastern District of New York just at the end of last year. So you don't really see that in the news, but they have admitted things out of their own mouths after they were forced to.
So you and a friend founded Sound Investigations. Tell us about that.
Absolutely. So my friend founded it actually, Eric, and I'm the journalist here. And the whole intention was to investigate the online sexual abuse happening currently, and it's facilitated by these huge websites like Pornhub. And so after reading the New York Times article that was published about victims having trouble getting their abuse videos taken off of Pornhub, my friend founded Sound Investigations and just thought, let's give this a shot. Do you want to go undercover? And I said, okay, let's try it. And this was the first thing we did. And yeah, we kind of just like accomplished what we set out to do.
This is truly a David versus Goliath story. Pornhub gets approximately 180 million unique visitors a day, and it has 6.8 million videos uploaded to it. Pornhub also owns RedTube, YouPorn, Brazzers, Digital Playground, Men.com, Reality Kings, and Sean Cody. So they're quite the pornographic leviathan.
Absolutely. ALO, the parent company of Pornhub, is just so much larger than people really think. They own hundreds and hundreds of different pornography websites, many websites which they don't publicly disclose, so no one really knows except for them. And they do everything from write to produce and record, cast the pornography. They distribute it. They do pornographic advertising and like advertisement videos across their platforms. Everything they do is in-house, so it's really a giant. And they have a near monopoly over North American pornography for sure.
And the National Center on Missing and Exploited Children says in 2019, there were 69.2 million videos of child rape on the internet. So this is a huge problem. And we have companies like Pornhub just disregarding any kind of decency. So you decided to go undercover. You made 7 undercover videos. You talked to 12 employees. And once you even posed as an advertiser, why don't you tell us that story?
Yeah, so Pornhub, the parent company ALO, has its in-house advertisement platform called Traffic Junky, where advertisers pay to get their advertisement material like images and videos posted onto Pornhub for viewers to see and click over and spend money on their site. And many of these advertisements are pornographic themselves. So I pretended to be an advertiser that was about to upload some pornographic videos, and I told the customer service representative that I didn't know who the girls were in the videos, and they appeared to be very young, and I thought they could be minors, and that I didn't have any type of documentation on them whatsoever. And she told me that that's completely fine. They don't require any type of documentation on their age or consent or anything like that, that they were to decide whether they were underage or not. And even if they were underage, my account would not become suspended and they would not alert law enforcement in any way.
We called Traffic Junky's public support line posing as prospective advertisers, and the Traffic Junky support employee informed us that verification is subjective and that violations of underage content would likely not affect our video ad uploading account.
Welcome to Traffic Junky, a leading online ad network. Please wait while we connect you to an available agent.
Traffic Junky support. This is Nicoletta. How can I help?
I have a bunch of video advertisements with like models in them. Some of the girls do look kind of young, but you know, everything's like kind of, you don't know how old someone is really. Is that okay?
Well, we have general guidelines that we use for our review and concerns with underage content. So it can be a little bit subjective, but basically we'll reject anytime there are undeveloped body parts. We'll also request further review if someone's face looks really young. So it can be a little bit subjective, but it's up for review from our compliance team, and we deem what we consider underage in subjective areas basically we have the final word. But if you do upload something with, someone that's potentially underage, we will just reach out to you and let you know that that's prohibited.
Okay.
Your account is not likely to become suspended or anything like that. It's just kind of a warning to not upload anything similar or to re-upload that creative.
If you guys deem anything against the rules, if someone looks too young, that's not going to hurt the account?
It shouldn't.